Assalamu alaikum, my dear students of class 7. How are you? Hope all of you are hale and hearty by the blessing of Almighty Allah. Welcome to our online platform NIEVS Home School. This is Muhammad Abul Kalam, Assistant Teacher of National Ideal English Version School, Day Shift. Today, I am going to conduct an English second paper class for the students of class 7. Our today's topic is narration. This is our new topic, basic rules 1 to 10. Dear students, look, today we will focus on narration as our new topic, basic rules 1 to 10. Dear students, look here, this is our lecture number 12 and SW number 11 on our annual term syllabus. My dear students, before going to our main session, I want to tell you something important regarding the narration or the speech. Narration is an important grammatical item. Without knowing the rules or the proper use of narration in a sentence, we cannot write our sentences easily and properly. That means to know our sentence or to write our sentence properly, we have to know the narration or speech and the rules of narration properly. So dear students, let's start our class with the definition of narration at first. So look at the board. I have given a small definition, but I want to tell you something regarding this. So look, in these connections, all of you give your maximum attention. So look here, speech or narration refers to the words of a speaker. The words of a speaker may be reported in two ways. So I am telling the definition again. Speech or narration refers to the words of a speaker. The words of a speaker may be reported in two ways. Dear students, here it is written, the narration or speech, all are the words of a speaker, and these words are categorized, are reported in two ways. One is reported verb, another one is reporting speech. I repeat, one is reported verb and another one is reported speech. Inshallah, in our today's class, we will have a clear concept and crystal concept regarding reported speech and reported verb. So in this connection, I request all of my students again, look at the board. Look here, what is written here? General rules of changing direct speech into indirect speech. Direct and indirect speech, this one. At first, rules number 1. So look what is written here. Rules number 1, change of tense. A number, if the reporting verb is in the simple present. So in this connection, I want to tell you regarding the reported verb and reported speech. Look at the sentence. So look here, he says, this one is one segment, another one is I am ill. So he says this segment is called reported verb. I repeat, he says this segment is called reported verb or reporting verb. What is written here? Reporting verb. And another one is I am ill. This one is reported speech. So look here, reported speech. This one is reported speech. I repeat, he says this segment is reporting verb and I am ill. This one is reported speech. So I hope that you have understood reported speech and reporting verb. So look, if the reporting verb is in the simple present tense, so look here, it is simple present tense, present perfect or simple future tense, the verb in the reported speech remains unchanged. Okay, that means it is written here, if the reporting verb is in the present simple or present perfect or simple future, the verb in the reported speech remains unchanged. So look at the example. In direct it is written, he says I am ill. In direct, I am writing, follow me. He says that he is ill. So look at the indirect example. He says that he is ill. In the direct it is written, he says I am ill. In the indirect we have written, he says that he is ill. So look, there is no change of the verb. Now B number segment, rules number 1, when the reporting verb is in the past tense, all tenses in the direct speech are changed according to the corresponding past tense. So look here, what is written here? it is written, the reported verb is in past tense. So look, say, said, said. That means the reporting verb is in the past tense. So look, he said, I write a letter. Now I will write the indirect example. So look here, he said that he, past form of write, it is wrote. He wrote a letter. So dear students, look here. Here the reporting verb is past form, but whenever it is written in the so look here, in the reported speech it is written present indefinite. That means we will turn the verb in past form. So look here, it is written wrote. That means write, wrote, written. So look at the example again. He said that he wrote a letter. Now C number. Shall, will, may, can in the reported speech are respectively changed into should, would, might, could, direct speech. So look here. Wasim said, I shall do the work. So look, we all know shall and will. This one is the present form. Whenever it will be past form, it is would. Wasim said, I shall do the work. Shall, will, may, can, could in the reported speech change into should, would, might, could directly. Okay. Wasim said, look at the example. That he, past form of shall is would, not should. Nobody will write here should. He would do the work. So look again, I am telling again. Wasim said that he would do the work. Now rules number 2, change of person. In rules number 1 we have learned change of tense. Now we have change of person. Look at first A. The first person in the reported speech is changed in accordance with the subject of the reporting verb. So look here, he said to me, I have done my duty. Look at the example. He said to me that, here I represents he, that he, it is present perfect. That means it will be in past perfect. Okay, it is written present perfect, we will write it past perfect. He had done his duty. So look at the example again. He said to me that he had done his duty. Now B number. The second person in the reported speech is changed in accordance with the object of the reporting verb. So look at the second person, you. Okay, reported speech. This one is the second person of the reported speech. Look, he said to me, you have done your duty. Look at the indirect way, indirect sentence. He said to me that, I, here you represents me, that means I told you, that means present perfect will be past perfect. I had done my duty. So look properly. He said to me that I have done my duty. Now rules number 3, it is change of past, must. So look what is written here, it is change of must. A must is usually changed into had to. So look, we will look different uses of must. Must is usually changed into had to. Nafisa said, I must write a letter. So look at the indirect sentence. Nafisa said that she had to. What is written here? Don't forget, it is had to. She had to write a letter. So look here, that means in the place of must, I have written here had to according to rules. Nafisa said that she had to write a letter. Now B number, another rules of must. When must occurs with the first person and indicates obligation or mandatory in the future, it is changed into would have to. So look what is written here, would have to, don't forget, would have to in the indirect speech. Direct example, look, he said we must leave the house if the rent is increased. So look again, he said we must leave the house if the rent is increased. And now look at the indirect sentence. He said that, here we represents they. Then in the place of must we will write would have to according to our rules. Would have, he said that they would have to leave, present form, the house if the rent was increased. In the place of is it will be was, then the passive structure, past participle of the main verb. So look, I am telling again, he said that they would have to leave the house if the rent was increased. So look here, dear students, it is written is. So according to our structure or rules, in the place of is we will write was. So look, then the past participle of the main verb, increased, it is written the same thing. That means we have written the word. Our another rules of C must, it is C number. When must implies universal obligation, it remains unchanged in the indirect speech. So look here, I am telling again the rules. When must implies universal obligation, it remains unchanged in the indirect speech. Look, direct sentence, father said to his son, you must obey your teachers. So look, father said to his son, you must obey your teachers. In these connections, we will go to our next page. Okay, here it is written direct, then another one is missing, it is indirect, not next page. I am writing the sentence here. It will be indirect is missing here. Okay, I am writing, follow me. Indirect, father said to his son that he will be must obey. That means it will be unchanged, must obey his teacher. So dear students, look here, the direct sentence is father said to his son, you must obey your teachers. Indirect, father said to his son that he must obey his teachers. Now we will go to our next page. So look, rules number 4, it is when the verb in the reported speech implies universal truth or habitual fact, it remains unchanged in the indirect speech. He said the earth moves around the sun. Okay, look at the example. He said that the earth moves around the sun. Okay, now rules number 5. Use of say or tell as reporting verb. Say may be used both in direct or indirect speech, but it is better not to use say in the indirect speech. Say is often followed by an object. That means after say there will be an object with to. So look here, tell is not used in the direct speech as a reporting verb. So tell is very often used in the indirect speech. Look at the direct sentence. Tanima said to Upama, I like to read novels. So now I am writing indirect sentence. So look here, Tanima said to Upama, or told, said to or told Upama that she liked, first form of the main verb, she liked to read novels. Read novels. So look, Tanima said to or told, you can write anyone, Upama, that she liked to read novels. Now rules number 6. Thank you in the direct speech is changed into the indirect speech according to the following structure. Structure, subject of the reporting verb plus thanks, thank, object of the reporting verb. He said to me thank you. So look here, he said to me thank you, we will write here, he thanked me. Very easy. That means the past form of the verb. Thank, he thanked me. Look, very easy. He said to me thank you. In the indirect sentence I have written he thanked me. Okay, now 7 number, goodbye in the direct speech is changed in the indirect speech according to the following structure. Structure, subject of the reporting verb, very common, then beat, bet, object in goodbye. Then he said goodbye my friend. Look at the indirect example or indirect sentence. He said, you will write here he bade, okay, not said. He bade, that means past form of the bid. He bade his friend goodbye. In this connection I want to show you the present, past and participle of bid, bet and bidden. So look, we have written this one, past form, bid, bet and bidden. He bade his friend goodbye. Okay, now rules number 8, good morning, good evening, good night in the direct speech is changed in the indirect speech according to the following structure. Structure, subject of the reporting verb, wish, wished, object good morning, good evening and good night. Okay, look, I said to him good morning, I, okay, look, I wished him, past tense, I wished him good morning. I wished him good morning. Now rules number 9. When the direct speech, the speaker and the person spoken to are the proper nouns, in the indirect speech the first letter of one of the nouns should be put in the bracket. So look, Shumon and Mamun, these two are proper nouns. So look here, Shumon said to Mamun, I have taken your pen. Okay, look at the indirect sentence. Shumon said to Mamun that I, here I represent Shumon, that he, I have written here as you, okay, you will understand, he had taken his, here his represents Mamun, pen. So look, Shumon said to Mamun that he represents here Shumon, had taken his represents Mamun, pen. Our last rules number 10, when in direct speech subject and the object of the reporting verb are not mentioned, in that case the speaker and the person spoken to should be respectively used for them in the indirect speech. Look at the direct example or direct sentence, I shall meet you tomorrow. I shall meet you tomorrow. Okay, I am writing here the speaker said to the person that he, in the place of shall we will write would, he would meet him tomorrow. Okay, whenever it will be tomorrow, we will write the next day. He would meet him. The speaker said to the person that he would meet him next day. So dear students, before going to our SW, I am telling the direct and indirect sentence again so that all of my students can understand easily. Look, direct, he says I am ill. Indirect, he says that he is ill. He said I write a letter. He said that, it will be that. He said that he wrote a letter. Wasim said I shall do the work. Wasim said that he would do the work. He said to me, I have done my duty. He said to me that he had done his duty. He said to me, you have done your duty. He said to me that I had done my duty. This must rules. Look here. Nafisa said, I must write a letter. Nafisa said that she had to write a letter. He said, we must leave the house if the rent is increased. He said that they would have to leave the house if the rent was increased. Father said to his son, you must obey your teachers. Indirect example. Father said to his son that he must obey his teachers. Now next page. He said the earth moves round the sun. Indirect, he said that the earth moves round the sun. Tanima said to Upama, I like to read novels. Tanima said to or told Upama that she liked to read novels. Direct, he said to me, thank you. He thanked me. He said goodbye my friend. He bade his friend goodbye. I said to him good morning. I wished him good morning. Shuman said to Mamun, I have taken your pen. Shuman said to Mamun that he represents Shuman, had taken his, that means Mamun's pen. Last rules, I shall meet you tomorrow. The speaker said to the person that he would meet him next day. Dear students, look at the end of our board. It is written homework. This is our 11th number homework and narration basic rules 1 to 3. So look, today we have learned basic rules 1 to 10 and your SW is 1 to 3. 1, 2, so look at and 3. These 3 are your homework. My dear students, I hope all of my students of class 7 have understood this important class. Please keep practicing at home and abide by your parents' advice. See you again, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.